Okay, so I'm going to take these videos piece by piece. Because I want to cover some of the topics I've discussed. Okay, so first off, this part of my message is for the US government. Well, all these videos are. Okay, so I'm looking at my view count here, and what I see is I see the same bullshit interference that I've seen through X Corporation when it comes to limitation of viewing, etc., etc., etc. I see your fucking sticky little fingers everywhere they should not be. There should be more views on my videos than that, even for an account that's not. So if I feel like you're fucking around, messing around, if I feel like you're limiting my reach here, I'm gonna pay another $200 to spread these from America and to our allies, like I did with my other videos. Except I'll do it with every single one of them. I don't care if I rack up $400 doing so. I'll do it. I'll get the word out. You want to test me? I'll get it out. I'll get it out. If you don't let me freely speak, I'll pay what I need to get it done. It means my face and my videos will pop up everywhere across this country. And I'm not doing anything wrong. You shouldn't be violating our rights, USG. You shouldn't be invading us. You need to vet the people that come up on your algorithm a little bit better. You came on the news and you said, "Oh, well, we let so and so go and so and so go," and then they went and blew up a bunch of, like Timothy McVeigh. We let him off the list, but then he went and blew up a building, right? First off, that guy has a totally different background. Okay, that was your mistake. Those are you can't lump everybody that has mental illness, okay, that comes up on your fucking algorithm for one reason or another. Like I said, I have no fucking idea. I have no idea why my friend and I are being watched, okay? And this isn't a PG-13 channel, okay? So, but I wouldn't say it's for adults only. So, FYI, before I continue any further, parents, viewer discretion is advised. 15 up, okay? But these are topics pertaining to our government, our constitutional freedoms, the First Amendment, the Fourth Amendment, and I have a right to publicly call out my accusers. And if I feel violated, I'm not gonna be happy about it. I'm not gonna sound nice, and I don't have to be nice to the government. I don't have to say, please stop violating me. Please stop violating my Fourth Amendment. No, I'm not going to beg. I'm not going to say please. I'm going to demand. I'm going to demand my rights, and you're going to give me my rights back, USG. I said I'm willing to cooperate. You haven't made any effort to communicate with me. You've just decided, well, this guy's got to be guilty. He's going to be guilty somewhere along the line. He's going to do something bad someday. We're just going to keep him on this list. You have decided that since I confronted you, you don't like being told what to do. I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn. I'm innocent. I'm gonna tell you what to do. I'm gonna tell you back the fuck off on my constitutional rights if I know I'm innocent. And I'm gonna fight for those rights. And you do not have the freedom or the legal permission to usurp those rights. You don't. I don't care what you've signed privately, okay, with the DOD, with the NSA, with the CIA. You don't get to just scrap our constitution. We didn't vote for this. We didn't vote for you to do this behind our backs, and that's what Snowden was pointing out. And you're doing it again. You're doing the same thing to people like me. To a person who's willing to communicate with you nonetheless. And maintain communication if need be. But you won't communicate with me. No, you decided you're going to violate me, and I've got proof of it. I've got proof of your dirty attacks against me. Okay? And I want to go in a little bit about this. So I'm going to go over what I left here on this video. This last note on my last video, USG in public. It says here, the abuse I've endured shows the government no longer respects our Fourth Amendment, and Edward Snowden was correct. This video is about the corruption behind FISA, and I will detail more about the government's misappropriation of funds, glorified money laundering, later, along with more details of how I've been harmed by the USG. Okay, so first, let's talk about this glorified money laundering, this misappropriation of funds that I am accusing you of, USG. I am accusing you publicly of misappropriating funds for the Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Act. Because what you're doing is you're putting hundreds of thousands of people on this watch list illegally, and those funds are going where? That's right, DOD. CIA, whomever, they're going to you so you can go blow up babies. That's where they're going. Or so you can go make your decisions. And what I'm telling you is that I don't want you using me for that. I don't want you using me for military assets. And that's what you're doing. You're using all of us. You're using all of us. You're funneling all of that money for military purposes. Saying, hey, government, we need this much money for surveillance because we've got this many suspects. That is misappropriation of funds. That is money laundering. And I'm going to fucking sue you for it, if I have to. Or you're going to settle with me. I wanted this next video, after this one, to be an instructional video, because I'm going to inform the public. And excuse my language, I want this to be available to a more broad audience, so going forward I'll do my best to kind of contain my language, because I do want this available for as many viewers as possible. Okay, not just 18 up. Okay, I want the world to know I'm serious. Okay, because we don't need youngsters growing up thinking that it's okay for the government to just violate them, because we've got a generation coming, okay, that's being brought up to not do anything but look at this fucking thing, okay, look at this thing, and not go to school, not get educated, not study the stock market. It angers me because you're leading America astray. And what you're doing here is you're justifying in this your head, we need it, we need it, we need it. And it's no big deal because nobody knows anyway. Nobody notices. Nobody notices because most Americans and most people are not technically astute enough to figure out how you, USG, are illegally monitoring them, and I'm going to teach them how. I'm going to teach them how, and I'm going to teach foreigners how, because you are the risk to FISA, okay, not me. You want your program to last, then you need to vet your targets better. You need to keep Americans that are innocent off your watch list and stop funneling money and using us for illegitimate reasons. And stop attacking us and intimidating us. And I'm going to say here, I will detail more about the government's misappropriation of funds, glorified money laundering, along with more details of how I've been harmed by the U.S. We're going to talk more about some of those details, okay? Defamation. How about this? Since the FBI has been involved in my life, since I detected this attack, I'm not just going to stand back, lay on my stomach and take it for you. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm sorry. Not sorry. So the moment I decided to stand up for myself, you started making sure that when I was speaking out, that I was seeing that I was seeing when I ran that trace route, that Uncle Sam is watching me, that my traffic's going through the White House itself. Oh, I better be scared, right? I'm not fucking scared. I'm not scared at all. You know why? Because I don't care if you come up in here and pop a bullet at me. I do. And it would suck. And yeah, I'd probably be scared if a gunman came in my door. Yeah, of course. But I would put up a fight. My neighbors know. They hear any scuffling, they hear anything going on with this jujitsu artist, okay? You're exposed, okay? USG. I don't trust you. You sicken me. You sicken me because I think you're the same entity that that killed a young reporter by the name of Danny. Early 90s, was it? Who tried to expose government corruption. And in the end, he did expose it and it cost his life. I'm a Danny. I'm not stopping. You gonna kill me? No, no. Not only did you do that to me, USG, not only did the government do that to me, I was communicating with my friend, and he's like, "You can't go poking the big bad wolf. You can't go poking the bear without consequences." And I said, "Andrew, I'm not gonna go living in fear. I'm not gonna go living like I'm afraid of the government. You know what? I've got my windows open. You know, most of the time, because I'm not going to live a life in fear. Okay, I'm not gonna live in fear that Uncle Sam's gonna snipe me from my back fucking window. Okay." So you do what you gotta do. So the world can see it. People, this thing called the Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Act does not care about your Fourth Amendment. As soon as I started telling people like that about this, as soon as I started saying I was going to make this podcast, the government apparently, or whomever, at least that website itself, no, the government did this because our traffic is no longer going through, and when I say our, I mean mine traffic and my best friend's traffic, who's a state away in Nevada. Our traffic, both of our traffics were going through the Newark, New Jersey FBI location, and then from what we saw on the map, was being next routed to the Newark, to the New York FBI. Okay. Bottom line, what I'm saying here is that at least from the White House to the Newark, New Jersey FBI, and along that network, the federal government is using that network. When you see a commie cloud or whatever, okay, unless that is your personal VPN, you might want to do a double check there. So turn off your mobile data. I'm going to make an instructional video next. We're going to go into how to catch these guys doing something they shouldn't be doing to you and your rights, and we're going to sue them for it if they don't make it right behind the scenes, and if they do not settle redress for the harm they've caused me, because I will be the example but in a good way. What I'm saying is, if the government has no power over you when they break your constitutional rights. Remember that. And if they do, they're taking it without permission and they're violating you. And some of us will fight for the death for that. Some of us will fight for the death, like me, for our constitutional and our civil rights. And that's how our nation was formed, because of people like me that won't give up, that will fight to the death until we retain our rights. That's going to happen with me, if need be. I'll do what I must, but I don't think it needs to come to that, because this is 2024, right? Not 91, right, FBI? So you started making sure that my friend saw that his traffic was going through the White House. This is what happened. This is what my friend and I saw. This is what we took screenshots of, okay? People, public. I go and say, "Hey, leave my friend alone. You've got him afraid for his life." So I say, "Andrew, run another trace. Tell me what you see. Zoom in. Tell me what you see." The White House. So, so he's married, okay? So he took his wife's phone and went to a public place network, evidently got the same results. How? Well, that's because they're being surveilled. There's no warrant. There's no warrant for that family, okay? They work together at Domino's, all of them. That's him and his wife and his two roommates. And my friend works full-time at Domino's. He works full-time as a drummer. He works full-time doing DoorDash. And taking pictures of, like, buildings or houses in regard to real estate, insurance, whatever. Dude is always working. He hasn't done anything wrong. None of them have. None of them have. They're being targeted because of me, or vice versa. Remember that report on CBS? People being added, and people aren't updating this list. It almost seems arbitrary. People and their acquaintances being added, etc., etc., etc. That's what's happening to me. And don't just take CBS News as a source. Look at the Google watch listing, ACLU. They've got a whole spiel parroting my same words and how they want something to be done about it. They're fighting to have something to be. But you know what? I think the government's fighting against them. But you can't fight us, USG. You can't fight the people. Not when we come for you. When we're coming. Don't underestimate me. Don't look down on me. Don't laugh. Don't judge me. I'm defeating you, if need be. Or you will look at the situation and realize it for what it is and say, yeah, we messed up. And you'll settle redress. That's what's happening. My next video is instructional.